Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I am your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious. Now, well, I know for a fact all y'all are wondering why am I doing it like this instead of sitting at the normal areas here at the Vicious Studios. Well, the question that is simple. See, we had a minor technical problem with some of our equipment, courtesy of Ed trying to, well, let's just say he was trying to do something with the intern, and it would have wound up leaving the intern in several different pieces, and, well, the camera wound up paying the sacrifice for that. So we should be back up and running normal relatively soon. Until then, let's get the show on the road with this. We are talking about Clash of Champions in Indianapolis, as well as the Fallout Raw that was in Cincinnati. Now, overall for the show itself, the Clash of Champions pay-per-view, I'll give it a good 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good, you know. I mean, it obviously it had its moments. It was goods, there were bads, but you know, it's what you take what you can from it, because it's the feel out for it more than anything. You know, we just got the first SmackDown one. Now we're getting the first Raw one, so got to work with what we got. So the kickoff show, it was Alicia Fox going up against Nia Jax, and you know, it's a good thing this was on the pre-show, because this was a first ever in the history of Vicious Rants, folks. We got our very first piss break of the night on a pay-per-view. And also on the pre-show. So, yeah, we got that. This was nonstop. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. This was really all just Nia Jax all the way through. And that was the big issue more than anything. It was like watching her do a match on Raw. Pretty much. She wound up getting the win with doing the Samoan drop, and then that was it. Yeah. So, that being said, now let's move on to the regular match, to the regular show with the first match of the night. It was New Day versus the Club, Gallows and Anderson. And this really, everything was all lined up for Gallows and Anderson to win, especially with the way Bullet Club's been riding all year long. You know, at the Club, they started out real strong right off bat. You know, once they got into the ring, you know, ref doing the announcement, you know, Juju or Jojo or Jai or however you say her name. The girl ring announcer with a really nice ass wound up just as she's in the midst of doing the announcing, next thing you know, boom! They go out there, just start attacking right off bat like that. And yeah, they came out there, the Club, Gallows and Anderson, they came out there meaning business. You know, just straight out, you know, working like if it was a New Japan kind of match, in a sense, like where they weren't there doing fun, they weren't there making jokes, they weren't there making fun, they weren't there being like, or anything like that. You know, they just went out there. It was almost, you know, if anything, I wish I could get a time machine, because I would love to see Gallows and Anderson right now go up against APA, Bradshaw and Simmons, when they were both in their peak with the APA, because I guarantee that would have been a straight out fucking fight. Tell me I'm wrong on that idea. Anyways, it was a good tag match. I dug it. It was good for an opening. Match wound up coming to an end when there was a whole lot of rigmarole going on. Ref was distracted, and Woods, of all people, came up and wham! Decked Anderson with Francesca 2, which gave shit jumbled early, which gave New Day the opportunity to go and hit the spiked big ending. I can't remember what the hell they're calling it now, but they did that, and then they got the 1, 2, 3. They had a rematch on Raw. It went down almost the exact same way, except Woods did not interfere this time. But New Day won on that one, which now leads me to just asking, where the hell are they going to go from here with Gallows and Anderson? Because seriously, these are two guys you want to put a title around to make establish saying, these guys mean business. They're here to chew gum, kick ass, and they're out of gum. Now, next matchup after that, we got Brian Kendrick going up against T.J. Perkins. Probably going off topic here real quick. Showed my son some T.J. Perkins via the Cruiserweight Classics, and now he's, I swear, my boy's now a huge fan of him because all he keeps doing is doing the dabs like Perkins. Like that, and that was just something real fun, real quick. Wanted to get that out there on that. But that being said, Kendrick, great to see the Brian Kendrick back, former WWE champion, going up against the new Cruiserweight champion, T.J. Perkins' brother, Manic brother, Suicide brother. Ollie, Danny, I know y'all get the joke. Anyways, this was a good match. I dug it. I felt bad though because at the fact of the crowd just seemed like they weren't into it. Like, what the hell? I don't see why they weren't into it. It was a good solid match. You don't need to have like a whole bunch of high spots and be a spot monkey to do a good match. It was, but I liked it. It was at a nice fit. It was at a nice pace. It had a nice pace to start out with, and then it was a good back and forth through the whole thing with it. I completely dug the hell out of this match. I don't see why they were getting pissed off at it. And then of all things, they started the fucking Punk chants again. Seriously? Fuck you guys for doing that shit. He walked out on the fan base and then continued to insult it until he stepped into the octagon and got his ass kicked. That's called karma. Stop trying to defend the man for it. Anyways, back to the matter at hand, what we're talking about with this, with Manic Brother versus the Brian Kendrick. We got this good back and forth between them both. Really dug the hell out of it. Match wound up coming to an end when T.J. Perkins locked in that knee bar of his. Wound up making Kendrick tap out. Afterwards, they had them do the handshake. And then Kendrick just wham! Headbutted him. And then on Raw, Perkins had his Raw debut against, freaking Tony Nese, which was freaking nuts. And then, again, the crowd did the same thing. But before Perkins' match, they did a backstage segment with him and Kendrick, and then Kendrick wound up getting his match. So Kendrick's got a match coming up next week for a title shot again. But Kendrick's going around now, first heel in the Cruiserweight division, saying, "You have what is mine." Going like that. So, next matchup after that, it was Sheamus versus Cesaro in the last of the best of 7. And this was real physical, non-stop, on both guys. Probably the two biggest spots I marked for like mad was Cesaro doing a 619 via like Ray, and Cesaro doing a suicide dive where when he came down, his body went this way, his neck went this way. And just, fuck. Thought he snapped himself in half. And this is what I've said before. Don't do the suicide dives where the barriers are. Just have the suicide dives go where the entry ramp is because you have more open room to work with. That's what I'm getting at. But, anyways, get myself jumbled up. Fuck. Match wound up coming on how the match came to an end. It got thrown out because both guys wound up beating each other to a pulp outside the ring to where, they were both just like so hurt. The docs were like, that's it. Can't finish the match. Call it. Call it. And then they just left it at that. Monday night, Foley wound up saying, you both showed physical dominance, so I'm going to make you both now a tag team. So, fingers crossed that they're, these guys are as good as like a good odd couple type tag team, like in the ways of frickin' Team Hell No. The next matchup we got after that one was Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho, which is drink it in, man. Bad joke. Just work with it. Anyways, this is a good match. Nice pace, nice feel. It was almost, I don't want to say it was like seeing mirror images of each other wrestling, but it was almost like seeing somebody who literally, in fact it was, because Zayn has gone on there and said before, he's watched and studied Jericho so many times, and this was really it. You finally get a chance to wrestle your idol, it's just, whoa. It was like he knew his moves before he did them, before he got a chance to execute them, And that, and also Jericho, I'm not going to lie, man, he is in probably the greatest heel. He's played heels before multiple times. This is probably his greatest heel style that he's worked yet. I'm not lying on that one. If y'all disagree, perfectly okay with that. Feel free to, I'm more than happy to talk to you about it, not argue, down in the comments below. But, anyways, it was a good match. Absolutely dug the hell out of it, Nice storytelling in it. Match wound up coming to an end, though, with Jericho getting the win via the code breaker. Cause Zayn, he missed a hell of a kick. And then he went to go pick Jericho up. And then Jericho just wham, slammed him down for it. And then got the 1, 2, 3. Next matchup after that, women's triple threat match. Bayley versus Sasha versus Charlotte. And this, I love this. This did not have that third wheel type feel that most triple threat matches have. And that, and also, like, immediately, literally, the second the bell rang, Sasha just bolted right after Charlotte to attack her. And Bayley's just like, the fuck, guys? Huh? What? It was just, it's great to see that, and I love this, that and the fact that the way that Charlotte was working Sasha's back to, still selling and playing off the back injury, whether that's an actual legit injury or not, I don't know, but it's the way that she was working it. I dug that. And Bayley, obviously she was put in there to be the cannon fodder, so that way whoever did win would get the winning pin off her. But either way, she had her moment to go and stand out and say, hey, I'm here now, guys. Now you gotta work. Now you gotta deal with me and work with me. But match wound up coming to an end when Charlotte wound up hitting the big boot to Bayley. Just wham, hit her with the boot, caught her with that 1, 2, 3. So that was that. Now, next matchup after that was Rusev versus Roman Reigns for Rusev's U.S. title. This had a good feeling out process to start with. And, the match itself, though, was really more so just these guys throwing out power moves at each other, just nonstop, really. It was kind of like just watching out like, whoa. Just not like, throw, heavy clothesline after super kick after drop kick after throw, after slam, after body slam and power slams and all, But it's what you would expect having two big power guys like that in there, You got two body guys in there, obviously you're going to have that kind of a match. Makes sense, right? But, it was a good, dug it, dug the match. It was good. And that when frickin' Lana wound up actually getting evicted, thrown to the back during the match, and on how that came to be, Roman wound up hitting a spear on Reigns. Roman hit the spear on Reigns. Fuck. Who's writing my lines here? Is it you, Ed? Did Wade put you up to it? No. Ollie. Really, man? I'm already struggling working with different equipment here. Come on! Anyways. Yeah, that's right. Lana getting thrown out. How she got thrown out. Roman went to go Roman speared Rusev. See, I got it right this time, guys. And just as the ref was counting, 1, 2, and Lana pulled the ref out, and then ref just evicted her. And then that led them two to going at it with each other. And I'll give this to Roman. He is now marked down in the books one way with this match. He's the first guy to break out of Rusev's accolade by actually getting up. And then, like, when Rusev has it wrenched in, he actually pulled himself up and wiggled around. No one else really has. So he's the first one to really break out of it while it was locked in. But anyways, as the match went on, they both wound up, you could see both guys were exhausted, and it came to an end. Reigns wound up hitting the spear on Rusev, got the 1, 2, 3, and then they did a rematch, the very opening match, no opening segment or songs, or not songs, no opening promos for Raw or nothing, it just went straight to that. And I get pissed off on this. Fucking Roman dragging the damn title. You don't drag the title. A title has more legacy than your fucking Samoan dynasty ever will. Don't drag titles. Completely disrespects the idea of it being a championship. Either wear it around the damn waist or carry it on your shoulder. One or the other. Anyways, they had the rematch on Raw. Match pretty much played out the same way except for the ending. The ending wound up leading to a double countout because they were brawling outside the ring. So what it's looking like, since Raw has Hell in a Cell this year, it looks like we're going to wind up having a Rusev. We may have Rusev versus Reigns in Hell in a Cell, and I could kind of see that. I could see that, and I would be, that has the Tim Vicious stamp of approval right there. But, yeah. So now, next match of the night, main event. Now, before I get into the main event, match of the night for Clash of Champions. Also, I give to, and by all means, feel free to question and, talk to me on it if you disagree. Brian Kendrick versus TJ Perkins gets the match of the night here on this week's show. But, main event, Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. And somewhere out there, Jim Cornette is saying, "Come on, Tyler Black, go and beat that piece of shit Kevin Steen up." He's doing that somewhere. But anyways, this was a really great match. Rollins just straight out aggressive right at the beginning, right at the start of it, Absolutely loved seeing that, At that, and just Owens, as he was starting to pick up momentum, he started to target Seth's knee. That and the freaking commentary he kept throwing at him the whole time with it. "Oh, is your knee hurt? Are you okay? I don't care." That and had him in the headlock. "You know what it's going to be? It's going to be a blackout for you. Huh? You get it? You get it?" Yeah, referencing the old Tyler Black days. Yeah. But yeah, it was good. Real great to see that. That and probably the holy shit spot in this was when, right out of nowhere, when Owens had Seth laid out on the Spanish table. went to the ref, just did, suck it. Went to go and do a running senton on it. Boom. Seth moved out the way, collapsed the table, fell down on it. And then, next thing you know, but yeah, that and, of course, Jericho wound up coming out during the match too, distracted the ref, which led to Owens getting to throw Rollins into the ropes to set up for a pop-up powerbomb. Rollins was able to leapfrog over Owens to counter it, but wound up hitting the ref, so we got our ref bump. And then, excuse me. And then after that, it was Seth took out Jericho and Owens, and then went to go and try and get the ref up. And what was after an extremely long time without a referee, then Stephanie proceeds to bring one out to go and help. And just as the ref comes out, Owens gets back to his feet, hits Rollins with a kick, throws him against the ropes, wham! Hits him with the pop-up powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. That is it. So yeah, that's it. They didn't really build up much for the fallout after that on Raw, but either way, that was it. Like I said, dug the show. We're still feeling out getting the separate Raw and SmackDown pay-per-views. So for the next, maybe next 2 more individual pay-per-views, they're going to have a little leniency with me. But after that, it's like, all right, you know what? You've had long enough now. Get your shit together. But anyways, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, like on normal, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Look for me on Twitter at TimVicious. Make sure you also look for my other account, Tim_Vicious. I am also out there on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. And do not forget to follow these cool ass cats right here on Twitter. Axel Mulligan, Sunday Segway, Sinfully Sabrina, Cranky Asshole, Aaron_Deborah, my executive producer, Oliver Ben. He does provide music for this show, but unfortunately, we weren't able to provide music this week. Wade, I'm blaming you for convincing Ed to do that with the intern. Anyways, follow Oliver Ben, my client. Fuck. My client. See, we don't hide botches here, folks. Bronx bitch forever. And, folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck yous.